I think what we're looking at is the start of a process. We are not asking for one share issue. We are asking for a process to allow us to gradually build up a meaningful stake over time.
To what end?
To what end? To increase fans' influence over how the club is run.
To what end? I ask you the question again. You need to have a significant shareholding in this business to be able to control the direction of travel. It's a public listed company. You're going to need to have 26% of the club to stop the Glazers from doing anything they want to do meaningfully.
Indeed. So this is a long-term process to build up fans' influence over the club. We recognise the first share issuance, the second share issuance on its own won't do that. This is about establishing a process to build it up over time. There is nobody company owners listen to more than their shareholders. And the best shareholders in any football club are the fans. They're great shareholders if you're the majority owner too, because fans are in it for the long term. They're not in it for short-term profits. Fans will stick around.
Yeah, again, I ask you.
Actually, Simon, that's a great point that Chris has made. Well, the Glazers will come and go. Chris will still be about.
We all know that. And anybody that thinks that owners don't know that are misrepresenting what owners do and don't understand. They may not always get it right, and they may not necessarily represent themselves as best they can at times. But again, I ask the question. If you want meaningful influence over Manchester United's direction of travel, you as fans are going to need to have $650 million at current market cap prices.
Well, that's ridiculous.
No. But
that's not what Chris is saying. It's a start.
No. That's precisely what he's saying. What he's saying is that this initial introduction is a start point. It's not where the Glazers perhaps anticipated they might have to go to. They wanted to give the fans something in return for the issues that they had created by the bad look that they put forward and the way that they bought the football club and the general resistance to them. It's playing to the gallery. I wouldn't do it, but that's up to the Glazers. It's up to them. Right? And I can understand why the Glazers might do it because they haven't used most of their own money to buy this football club in the first place. But I can understand all those arguments. But this is now about the fans not getting 3 or 4%. It's now about them getting a meaningful stake in the club. And to get a meaningful stake in the club that's going to control or have an element of control over what the club can and can't do, it's going to need to be above 25%. And if you're going to do that...
I don't accept that. I don't accept that.
Why is that then?
If you are a 10% shareholder in a business, the board of that business listen to you carefully. Yep. Absolutely.
They do, of course, but you can't actually dictate to them, can you?
Let Chris finish, Sam.
But we're not talking about dictating to them. We're talking about building up gradually over time a meaningful influence. And you're painting it in black and white terms that any stake less than 25% is meaningless. And what I'm saying is that if you look at any public listed company, a shareholder who owns 5%, 10% of a public listed company has a significant influence over the executive team.
Indeed.
And that is what we are seeing.
Indeed. But over the control of the business on a day-to-day basis and the direction of travel we can go in, unless you have a significant stake, yes, of course, your voice will be heard. And of course, as a significant shareholder above a certain level, you also have the opportunity to buy the football club en masse because you're in that position to do so. But the bottom line is, if you're looking for some form of real control over the football club rather than a louder voice, it's going to need to be in rather more significant share terms.